Hi, my name is Goran Stankovic.
Hi, I'm Matt Stuckings, a student of Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Swinburne University. We're here today to interview Botol for Botol, an exciting young social enterprise that is growing with quick traction in Australia and Indonesia, inspiring young students to take action on single-use plastics and their effects on the environment. As a new social enterprise, it can be hard to communicate effectively amongst other well-recognised brands. That's why we're here to help you understand the brilliant things that Botol for Botol is doing by teaching them to broadcast their message so that you'll be itching to get involved.
Hi, I'm Goran from Swinburne MEI, and this is Chris from Botol for Botol. Chris, thank you for coming along and giving us your time.
Welcome. Thanks very much, Goran.
Very good. Chris, can I start off by asking you, can you give me a quick overview of what Botol for Botol is?
Botol for Botol is looking to reduce single-use plastics through education in schools. That's our main goal, to make single-use plastics a thing of the past. We're looking for a generational change away from single-use plastics through a really student-led, simple environmental education program with stainless steel water bottles.
So Chris, why primary schools?
We initially targeted Botol for Botol at high schools, so we found that they had prep through till year 12, the schools we started in, and we found the primary kids got really into the program. They're at an age where they really excited about learning about the environment and sustainability, and they love animals and sort of really get into our activities. So primary has been where we've started to focus. Yeah.
Excellent. Can you tell me a little bit about why you chose a competition as an interaction between the students?
So we really want to encourage we want this to be a partnership. We don't want it to be an uneven partnership. We really want the students to learn from each other. So we get students to design the water bottles. Year 7 student Carl designed this one. So as part of the program, the students design their logo for the bottle. Their school puts up their top 3, and then they all vote on our website for their favourite design. We get that made up, and then every one of the students at the school in Australia and Indonesia write a handwritten note to adorn the bottle in the partner school, which we then send over and attach as the bottles arrive. Yeah.
And how successful has it been?
Look, it's our pilot. We've run our pilot program at Billunda College, which is my old high school, and it was great. Yeah, so we've sold 650 bottles so far. We've ordered the bottles for their school in Indonesia with that money. We've then they're talking to each other on Skype, and there's been a lot of fun activities. So it's been really good. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the interaction, or a bit more about the interaction between the students, and perhaps what has changed for them with that interaction.
So it's the Indonesian teacher has found it great. So she's working with Pakyasta every Friday. I was there for the first sort of interaction, and we had the students were quite nervous at first, sort of doing a few hellos, and then my favourite part was when a red-headed boy, his name was Rusty, who introduced himself in Indonesian. This is a proper cultural interaction. Then a Balinese girl sang a song in Balinese and Indonesian, and then I think they sang a Bruno Mars song back, the Australian kids, and it was a really nice cultural interaction. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Where do you see the next step for Botol for Botol?
So the next step is growing our school network. So we're in 9 schools now. We're in 5 schools in Australia and 4 in Indonesia. We aim to put on 10 new schools in term 3 and 4 of this year, and then grow it at about 10 schools each semester for the next sort of 4 years. Yeah.
Excellent. And where can people make a donation or interact with Botol for Botol?
So we have botolforbottle.org is our website, and you can go and buy a water bottle, or you can purchase a water bottle if you don't need one for someone in Indonesia, or make a regular donation. And then we're also on Twitter and Facebook and also the usual social media.
Excellent. Well, Chris, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Yeah.
And we look forward to see more subscribers subscribe here. So Chris, tell me a bit more about the environmental effects within your project.
So I've been learning a lot about single-use plastic since starting this project, and it's quite worrying, a lot of the statistics. They reckon that single-use plastic production is doubling every decade. Of that, only 35% of water bottles of plastic bottles and containers in Australia get recycled, and it gets lower in Europe and the US. there's about 200 million tonnes of plastic in the oceans, and once it reaches the oceans, there's no real plan on how to get rid of plastic out of the ocean, and yeah, it's quite a concern. Yeah.
So, Chris, how are the parents interacting from that environment? Let me start that again. So, Chris, how are the parents interacting on that environmental issue?
So the beauty of Bottle for Bottle is it's really student-led. We're making everything as student-led as possible. Things are run by all the activities are run by the environment captains and their sustainability teachers. Because we look at the parents and they've grown up around single-use plastics. They don't know nothing different, and the majority of people will use single-use knife and fork and bottles, and it's ingrained in sort of that culture. We're looking for a generational change where the students will lead. Can lead the change in consumer behaviour to refuse single-use plastics. So the students are leading the way. They bring this home to their parents and show them the issue that they've learned at school and how they're making a positive change in reducing single-use plastics at their partner school. And I think that's the beauty of the program as well in Australia, that it's hard when you're getting told don't do something. But if you're focusing on Indonesia and helping an Indonesian school, you look at your own behaviour, and if I'm lecturing on this, I need to change my behaviour myself. Yeah.
Absolutely. I do have to ask, from a teacher interaction and principals, how are they taking this on? Are they seeing it as a positive move?
Yeah, that's something that we weren't sure about. I went to my old high school and sort of took them through what we imagined as a pilot, and they picked it up and ran with it. And we're finding schools are really engaging in the program. There is a push from the national curriculum to learn about sustainability and engaging with Asia, and this is a really good thing for a school to pick up and tick those boxes in sustainability and engagement in a fun, interactive, student-led way. Yeah, so the schools are really jumping on board. It's been great. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Chris, from a community perspective, can you tell me how you're pushing the interaction there?
So when we go into the school, we speak with the environment captains and we look at, this is what your school's now representing. How do you want to get this message out to the community? And we, for example, with our pilot school, Billina College, they looked at the Sustainable Living Festival in Melbourne, which is our audience, 100,000 people looking at more sustainable products and ways of living. And they purchased a stall there for us, where their teachers all volunteered their time and sold their water bottles through that festival, and got our message about single-use plastics out to around 80 to 100,000 people, it was an amazing, inspiring weekend. And as well as us, a lot of the teachers and students all got a lot out of it, because we got a lot of great feedback about the cause.
Fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. Can you tell me a little bit about the corporate interaction that you've had within Bottle for Bottle?
So that's something we're trying to grow, and once again we want it student-led. So we have one company, Interactive, and they are a sort of data processing firm, and growing really big, and they have a corporate barbecue each month on a different cause, and it was the school nurse's husband that is the director there. So she got us a warm introduction. I went out there for a barbecue, and the company bought a box of 60 water bottles in a lunchtime, and that's the sort of what we're working on this semester, is to get students with their parents have all different sort of corporate links, and if corporates want to interact with us, we'll introduce them to schools that want to sort of move some water bottles. So we really want the students to sell the water bottles to the corporates if we can make that those connections happen. We want to make it as easy as possible, but we want it student-led.
Fantastic, thank you, Chris. Chris, you mentioned that there has been some corporate involvement. I know there's a lot of large organisations that want to get involved with a really good cause like this. How would they get involved?
Yeah, well, we have had an idea, because at the moment we don't have a large corporate sponsor. This is funded through me working at a part-time cafe role. The idea we've had is, for corporate involvement, is a larger scale in partnership with all the schools. So we would look that for every single school that's involved, that after a certain time, say 2 or 3 terms, whatever water bottles are left, the corporate partner would then come up and pick up, purchase any bottles that didn't get sold by the school, and they could be involved all the way through the process, sending volunteers out to the school to help them, kids learn to sell, get your branding presents, and also, the bottles that, they do get a product at the end of the day, and they can use that as sort of a present for their employees and staff to really push home that sustainability message.
Excellent. Thank you, Chris.
I'm Chris from Bottle for Bottle. We're a small not-for-profit that focuses on reducing single-use plastics through environmental education in schools. Check us out on our website, bottleforbottle.org. We're also on Facebook and Twitter.
We're here to advise Chris Kemp from Bottle for Bottle on how to create an effective pitch. So Chris, first things first, can you tell me what
it is that Bottle for Bottle does? Bottle for Bottle, we work in Australian and Indonesian schools teaching environmental education.
and which countries?
So between Australia and Indonesia. So they're our two focuses, the environmental education and then building the relationships between Indonesia and Australia.
And that's with schools.
That's it, it's through schools. Yeah.
Can you now tell us what's the expected result?
The expected result is that the students will work together on sort of designing water bottles. So they create the water bottles, they have a design competition to get them made, and then the students sell them in Australia so that we can donate them to Indonesia, where they can make a switch from single-use plastic aqua cups to a water dispenser and water bottle system instead.
Excellent. Now, Chris, what is the preferred outcome that you are seeking?
So the outcome of the program is that young students are empowered to make environmental so we educate them on sustainability, and the students are then empowered to make a small change that will sort of reduce their single-use plastics. Yeah, so that's the sort of the key goal. Yeah.
To communicate quickly and effectively and grab people's attention, we say this in reverse order. So, Chris.
So, in the reverse order, Bottle for Bottle would aim to reduce the use of single-use plastics by empowering students through a water bottle exchange program that is designed to replace the use of single-use plastics in their schools, and operating within Australia and Indonesia and teaching schools about the environment. Okay, so here is Bottle for Bottle's new and improved pitch. Bottle for Bottle aims to reduce the use of single-use plastics by empowering students through a water bottle design program that will replace plastics in their schools. And we're going to operate in Australia and Indonesia.
Tell us a little bit about what you learned today.
I learned probably the importance of a really concise and powerful pitch, and I probably in the past have played it a bit safe with my pitch, just saying environmental education in schools and playing it down, but learnt the importance of getting that. You've only got that 30 seconds to really make a pitch that is interesting and is different from everyone else that people want to now go out and support. So starting with that outcome first and what we're all about, and then justifying it through our process is probably a really great lesson I've learnt. Yeah.
Fantastic. So where do you think you might take this pitch from today?
Every day. It's sort of something people ask you, especially working in the village, like in this co-working space, you often get asked every day, what is it you do? And so it's important to put that in the best light and make a call to action. You got that chance every day. So.
All right. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you want to find out more about Bottle for Bottle, you can go to our website or follow our Facebook or comment and subscribe.